Step number 3 in controlling your privacy settings on Facebook takes us to the Ads, Apps, and Websites section. This is where you manage your setting for ads, apps, games, and websites that have access to your Facebook information. Let's take a look. I'll click Edit. Once I get to this section, it tells me to choose my privacy settings. On Facebook, your name, profile picture, gender, networks, username, and user ID, or your quote-unquote account number, are always publicly available, including to the apps you use. Also, by default, apps have access to your friends list and any information that you choose to make public. So anytime you get invited to one of these little horoscope applications or a daily news reader or whatever it might be, those apps now have access to your friends list and all of your information unless you tell Facebook otherwise. You can edit your settings to control whether you use their platform, including whether or not they store information about you in the apps you use off of Facebook. If you don't wish to turn off platform, you can also individually remove unwanted applications. So basically what they're saying is you actually have the ability to turn off some of this so that nothing has access to your information. Right now, underneath apps you use, it's telling me that I'm not currently using any apps, games, or websites. I can visit the apps dashboard or the games dashboard to get started. Or I can turn off my ability to use apps, plugins, and websites on and off Facebook. It tells me here that after I turn this off, they will not store information about me when I use apps or websites off of Facebook. So if you really want to lock this down, you can turn off using apps and websites. So if you're tired of getting those notifications saying so-and-so has invited you to this game or application, just turn it off. Once you choose to do this, it tells you that if you turn a platform off, you can't use the Facebook integrations on third-party apps or websites. If you want to use these apps and websites with Facebook, turn platform back on. Using platform allows you to bring your Facebook experience to other apps and websites you use on the web and your mobile device and apps. It allows Facebook to receive information about your third-party app usage and websites to provide you with better, more customized experiences. If you turn off platform apps, you will not be able to log into websites or applications using Facebook. So if you've ever gone to another service and it says sign in with Facebook, you won't be able to do this with that turned off. Your friends won't be able to interact and share with you using apps and websites. So if you don't want people sending you those application requests, this is how you get rid of it. Instant personalization will also be turned off. We'll talk about instant personalization in a minute. So for now, I'm just going to turn this off. Once I do that, it's turned off. I can turn it back on at any time. You'll notice once I turn it off that this information is actually grayed out, saying that how people bring your info into the apps they use, that doesn't apply because I'm no longer using apps. Instant personalization has also been disabled because I told it to. The only thing that's still active is public search. This shows a preview of how your Facebook timeline will appear when people look for you using a search engine. So let's go ahead and click Edit Settings. Right now, public search is not enabled. So basically, public search controls whether people who enter your name into a search engine will see a preview of your Facebook timeline. Because some search engines cache information, meaning they save a snapshot of your information, some of your timeline information may be available for a period of time after you turn public search off. So if I see a preview, this is what my timeline would look like if someone chose to search for me. I'll go back. Right now, public search is not enabled on my account. If you want people to be able to find you via a search engine like Google or Bing, you can enable public search. If you don't check the box. To go back to your app settings, just click Back to Apps. Once you do that, you'll be taken here. Now, let's assume that you wanted to turn back on your apps. You wanted to use Facebook to sign into something like Angry Birds on your phone. Hit Turn On. Everything's turned back on, and now you have the ability to edit these settings that were grayed out from before. How people bring your info to the apps they use. People who can see your info can bring it with them when they use apps. Use this setting to control the categories of information people can bring with them. Let's edit the settings. So by default, all of this stuff is turned on, meaning that all of this information about you can be shared with applications. If you don't want some of this to be included, just turn it off. Let's say, for instance, I don't want people to know if I'm online. I don't want them to have access to my photos. I don't want them to have access to my app activity, or my activities, or my family and relationships. So I'll go ahead and click Save Changes, click OK to confirm, And now let's go down to instant personalization. This is something that when Facebook introduced it, it was very controversial. The short description says that it lets you see relevant information about your friends the moment you arrive on a select partner's website. This means that when you go to a website to buy something, you might see somewhere in the sidebar that one of your friends likes this product or one of your friends bought this product. And if they have instant personalization turned on, there's nothing they can do about that. Basically, instant personalization is aiming to personalize the web so that no matter where you go, you're constantly connected to Facebook and all of your information is constantly being shared. This enables them to customize your experience on a given website. So if you're trying to find a new computer or something online, buying it from Amazon, maybe you would see a list of your friends who also like the same computer or also bought the same computer. It's an interesting thing, but it's also a little scary because it is sharing a lot of your information across multiple parts of the web. If you want to control this, click Edit Settings. When you do this, it's going to take you to an Understanding Instant Personalization screen. If you'd like to learn more about personalization, you can click here, or you can watch the personalization video. From here, just click Close, and it takes you back into your instant personalization settings. It tells you here that when you first arrive at the following sites, you'll see a notification message and an option to turn off the personalized experience. So the websites that are listed here so far are Bing, Pandora, TripAdvisor, Yelp, Rotten Tomatoes, Clicker, Scribd, Docs, Zynga, Kixeye, and EA. If you do not want these websites to have your information or to try to quote-unquote personalize your experience, you can simply uncheck where it says Enable Instant Personalization. It tells you that recently people have been spreading false rumors about instant personalization. This is Facebook's version of damage control. Because of the fact that this is so controversial, they're trying to once again loop you back in. And if you choose to disable it, none of your information can be shared when you or your friends arrive on these websites. By confirming, you will no longer immediately see customized content and friend activity on partner websites. That's essentially what I want. So I'll click Confirm. Once you click Confirm, you should see that the check mark goes away underneath and instant personalization has now been disabled. Let's go back to Apps. And finally, let's go down to the bottom and take a look at our ad settings, where we can manage the settings for third-party and social ads. When I edit this setting, it takes me to the Facebook ads section. And so Facebook tells me here that Facebook does not give third-party applications or ad networks the right to use your name or picture in ads. If we allow this in the future, the setting you choose will determine how your information is used. So if you want to choose how your information is used in advertising, click Edit Third-Party Ad Settings. So if we allow this feature in the future, show my information to who? I'm going to say no one. I don't want my name or likeness being used in any advertisement. So I'll click Save. Ads and friends. Everyone wants to know what their friends like. That's why we pair ads and friends. An easy way to find products and services you're interested in based on what your friends share and like. They give you a list of facts here that tell you that social ads show an advertiser's message alongside actions you've taken, such as liking a page. So basically, if you go to a page while you're logged into Facebook and you like that page, your friends might see that you like that page. So if you went to sportsillustrated.com and liked it, they might see that. It tells you also that your privacy settings apply to social ads. It also says they don't sell your information to advertisers and only confirmed friends can see your actions alongside an ad. If a photo is used, it is your profile photo and not a photo from your photo albums. If you want to change these settings, just hit Edit Social Ad Settings. So here's an example of a Facebook ad. So this is what you would see normally. This is what you would see if you have been included in this. So if I liked Denver Sushi, for instance, and I had my social ad settings turned on where people could see this, someone who is my friend would be able to see, hey, Justin likes Denver Sushi. It's a great way to sort of crowdsource reviews in a sort of a roundabout way. If you don't want to be included in something like this, just change this to no one. Then click Save Changes. If you want to get back to your privacy settings, just go back right here on the left to Privacy Settings or click the top right and choose Privacy Settings. And you're now ready to continue working on these settings.